I really enjoy using Storm kettles, so much so I've got 3 of them. That's the Petromax FK1. In the middle I've got the Eydon Storm Kettle. He's the little baby one, absolutely love that. And on the left I've got a Ghillie kettle, or Ghillie kettle. They are all super efficient at boiling water, but what lets them down is the ability to get a small pot on top to cook your lunch. So what I tend to do is make something up. I made this up for the Petromax. This was just an old tent peg. I bent it all round and I've made a little pot stand. So I can cook whatever I like on that after I finish boiling my water. With the Ghillie kettle, or Ghillie kettle, I bought a stand for it, and for that one, this comes off a Kelly kettle by the way, I can use a Trangia alcohol stove underneath. As with the Petromax, I can use an alcohol stove with that as well. So what I'm going to do today, and this is the point of the whole video, is make a little rack for the little kettle that I've got, so I can fit a Trangia alcohol stove in and then cook with a pot on top if I need to. When I do little projects like this, I try to make them as easy as possible to replicate with a minimum amount of tools. So today I've got a long barbecue skewer, a tape, wire cutters, a Sharpie, and I'm going to use a vise, but of course you can use pliers or whatever you've got to hand. To take a measurement, just put your tape on the internal rim of the fire chamber and measure up about 1 inch above the alcohol stove. In this case I've got 40mm. I've made a mark in the middle of the skewer. I'm just going to bend him down with a piece of wood and then squeeze him together to get a good angle. It's easier to do this with 2 hands, but I'm trying to film at the same time. I think that looks about right. I've marked him off 40mm. I just press him down to get the width of the base. I just rest him on top and mark just inside the rim. Then we're going to bend him over again. Same process. Let's come out one side, not to worry. Just loosen him up a bit. Stick him in. Stay. We're almost done. Offer him up. Fits in there nicely. So all we need to do then is make another mark, 40mm up there and cut the ends off. I've given him a couple of tweaks in the vise after cutting him off, and he fits beautifully. You can see I can easily get a pot on there. He's nice and solid, and the good thing about making a pot stand in this way is that you can get the simmer ring on. You just slide him underneath. Of course, the idea is that you use whatever organic matter you have to hand. It's far more environmentally friendly, but it's nice to have the option to use an alcohol stove if you need to. I didn't realise it at the time, but I've made a bit of a miscalculation. When I bought the Petromax, I made exactly the same design of pot stand, and he slides up in the middle for storage, and then I can put the base in. Get in, and so it all goes neatly together. What I didn't envisage with this, because of that hole being so small, I can't actually fit him up inside because I can't get the base on. So what I have to do is leave him in situ and then put the top on that way. I'm really looking forward to taking this little setup out as soon as it stops raining cats, dogs, horses, cows, frogs and everything else falling out of the sky. I hope this little video has given you some value. If it has and you haven't already done so, feel free to subscribe. I'd really like to get up to the next milestone of 3,000 subscribers.